the EFF calling for an ad hoc committee to be established to investigate the impact of extortion rings. Syndicates are targeting businesses in various sectors as well as government projects, demanding protection fees or jobs. Malema says urgent interventions are needed. Members of Parliament will return tomorrow to decide on that motion. EFF Member of Parliament is Hlengiwe Mkhaliphi, and she joins us now for more. Good evening to you, Ms. Mkhaliphi, and thank you for your time. Let's begin with what the EFF thinks is going to be the reasoning around this motion, or rather this ad hoc committee. What is it going to achieve, you think?
Good evening to you, Toli, and good evening to viewers at home. Maybe let's just start here, Toli, to give a little background on this issue, because it's a draft motion that is sponsored by the Commander-in-Chief as a party leader of EFF in Parliament last week on Friday. So according to the rules of Parliament, each and every time there is a slot for different political parties. And we have identified this issue of extortion as a very important issue, because people are crying or are complaining every day about what is happening in their lives. So we debated this motion, which is Friday, and today it was brought to the House in order to take a decision on it. And each and every political party in this country, each and every member of Parliament, an ordinary person, sees that there is a problem regards to the extortion that is taking place. Even if you remember, the Minister of Police also wanted to make a statement, which he did last Tuesday, about the very same issue. It has been an issue that is going on for a longest time. So today, when we debated the matter on Friday, we recommended that let us have an ad hoc committee that is going to focus on the issue of extortion. According to the rules of Parliament, if there is a political party wants to make an amendment to a draft resolution from other political party, you must consult each other before you took to the House for that amendments to take place. We are very much disturbed by the ambush of the DA, whereby they didn't consult the EFF on the amendments. And again, they want to change the whole thing in regards to the ad hoc committee. They are recommending that in their amendments that we must take this matter back to the Committee of Police. So that's why you see on Parliament that today we had to put our foot down and said it's not going to happen, because it's, the purpose of this ad hoc committee, as we are asking Toli, is to have a focused investigation by an ad hoc committee on this thing and the recommendations. And if the DA is suggesting that, no, we must take this matter as one of the matters, one of the problems that is taking place in South Africa, and then the committee will tell you that, look, we have a program as a committee that you assist with. So this matter will also be part of those programs, which we can end up not focusing on the matter. That's why we said, no, we are not going to allow the amendment of DA, and secondly, is against the rule.
Okay.
And hence, the House took a decision to say, no, you go again on the Chiefs Forum, which is taking place tomorrow, and then you go and consult each other there, and then we are going to process this matter in the House. All
right. So a focused investigation on extortion is what is the main focal point of this ad hoc committee will be. People on the ground, people in affected communities want to see real action. So stemming from the conclusions of this investigation, which of course will start off with a motion that is debated in Parliament, while that will be appreciated by members of Parliament, people on the ground, people in affected villages, you've just heard the conversation with my colleague just a short while ago about the fight now that appears to be between the Premier of the Eastern Cape, Oscar Mabuyane, and the King of Abatembu, Buyelekhaya Dalindyebo, and it appears that things are going to move to court now. That's the kind of action that I suspect people want to see, that these matters are being dealt with, and if there are so-called extortion masterminds, those people be brought to book. Is that what the ultimate goal of this is?
Exactly, Xoli. Exactly. That's what is the achievement that we seek to achieve as EFF, to have this focus ad hoc committee to deal with this matter. Because as we are explaining very good to say that people are sick and tired. Xoli, it's very painful. Let's say we have a spaza shop, and then in a spaza shop per month, maybe you make some 3,000. And these extortionists, they come and demand a lot of money out of what we are trying to make as means. So even people are being killed if they can't pay this kind of money to these people. They call themselves protectors as a protection fee. So therefore, these people, they just sit at home and identify small businesses, especially in townships, whereby there's not a lot of profit. And then they come and demand a lot of money. So many people have been killed in this process, and we don't even understand why DA even come with that amendment, which does not make sense. Today, we tried to pursue them to say, let us believe the process of ad hoc. Remember, this is not the first time of the ad hoc that we have in Parliament. During floods, during disaster, we set up an ad hoc committee, which was also a dedicated team that was dealing with the issue of floods and the issue of disaster in a nutshell. So this one is very important in such a way that is not even needed tomorrow, as back as yesterday, because people, they don't know where to go. For instance, when it was also discussed because he made a statement as a minister on Tuesday, and the committee also brought it into their agenda. And there's a police station at Amawoti, Ward 53, which is a satellite police station. That police station, it closes at 9 p.m. The reason why? They are afraid of criminals. Can you imagine? These people, they'll come and demand money at 6 p.m. And when you have to go and report to police station, you'll find that the police station, they're about to close their doors because they're also afraid of the same criminals.
Yeah.
So you can't take to say, go and add up on your already packed program of the committee, because there are so many things that you need to deal with. So this one must be focused on, in order for people of South Africa to see that at least Parliament is doing something.
Okay.
And the other act we're going to advance tomorrow, we are going to caution Parliament by saying that, so you are setting a bad precedent now, whereby you want to direct committees to deal with issues. What if another issue, which is going to be a burning issue, are you going to be able to say, this one must go to this committee again? So let us focus, especially if we are also worried as members of Parliament to say that this thing has been going on and on and on, and in the process, people have been killed.
Two quick questions before I let you go. I don't wish to personalize this, but a public official is now involved. His name has been mentioned publicly as either being involved in matters of extortion or could potentially be a beneficiary of extortion. This is Premier Oscar Mabuyane, as said by King Mkhaliphi Hlengiwe. Now, the Premier has laid a charge of criminal injury against King Mkhaliphi Hlengiwe. Will you support the King in court as and when he is dragged to the courts by Premier Mabuyane?
No, what is going to happen, Xoli, you know that we're the national organization. So what happened, what is the new development now between our member, who's our king, the Hlengiwe, and the Premier of Eastern Cape? The SG, the Secretary General, is the one that is going to check on the developments or on these new matters that have developed in the Eastern Cape. So therefore, the SG is going to work with the provincial structure, which is the PCT, to go and check with our members, the king, with what really happens, and get more information. And if it's dragged to court, definitely sure we're going to support our member there. But the first thing is that we need to get more information on the details of this matter between himself and the Premier.
Finally, last week, the police minister presented before Parliament what I think he said was a plan he is working on to deal with extortion. Do you believe that the police do indeed have a comprehensive plan that they are putting together, a plan that perhaps is believable to members of the public?
Unfortunately, we didn't even hear him. We didn't even hear his plans. One, he lacks an energy, the minister. We even raised that during the question time in Parliament that, please, just bring energy. We are leading a very important department. People are having some problems regards to extortion, crimes, etc. But yourself, just bring that vibe energy that you are ready to fight crime. I don't want even to venture to watch a person that I met in one of the aeroplanes to say that, ow, this minister ohlulwa amanzi. Kuthiwa akophatha amaphoyisa. This is a joke of notes. So therefore, during his time in Parliament, we even raised through our speaker, who was Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, to say that we don't even hear you. What are you saying? Please come with a concrete plan. We are talking about the lives of people here. So we are still going to monitor his plan, if there are any, through our member who serve in that committee. But as things stands, we don't even know what is his plans.
Hlengiwe Mkhaliphi, thank you very much for your time.